What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at all of the level up cards we got from yesterday. So obviously a number one on this list is going to be our man KDB, the second card that can receive his 99 card. And the big thing with these, you can do it in co-op. So if, say, your friend has managed to get a KDB, you've managed to get a Renato Sanchez, you both obviously can do it. It does obviously have to be in separate games to get the upgrade, but you both can do it without technically having the card. You do have to do 30 matches in co-op, so it's not necessarily the easiest thing anyway. But when we look at KDB, for instance, he's coming in, I think, extinct at 15 mil still, which is absolutely nuts. His obvious both versions are going to be up there with the S category 100%. 98 and 99, one above his team of the season, and then obviously the maxed rating you possibly could get. Would have been nice with a little bit more of a pace upgrade into that 99, I think, but again, when it comes to him, he is going to be fantastic still, and the 99 is a 5-star, which is absolutely crazy. Just to put into perspective, if you wanted to buy him, because what you can do with the lower versions, for instance the 98, if you did just happen to have 15 million around, you could go and buy that card, then sell him straight away once you've done the 99. If he is still 15 mil, technically you only lose the tax on him, which for 15 mil is around 750,000, which, to be honest, I'd pay for a 99 KDB, but you've got to have that 15 mil to start with. But he is easily an S category player. We then have the likes of Sterling. Very, very good upgrade for both of him. You've got the 92 SBC, which is absolutely priced spot on in my opinion. I think that one, for instance, is an 87 rated SBC. It's coming in at 70,000 coins. The fact that you can go get a 95, which is a triple upgrade, and then get a 92, which is obviously fodder, perfect. You have got to score 25 goals with him in separate matches. So it is, again, with some of the big ones, a bit of a slog out, but I must admit the upgrades are 100% worth doing if you have got the card. Especially if you've got him untradeable, you might as well get the extra fodder, because all of them are above 90, I believe. I think every card is above 90, so you have always got a 90 card that is untradeable and duplicate there, if obviously you pack him. The 95, for instance, does manage to get a bit of an upgrade. He does get the 5-star weak foot, which is perfect. Obviously, in terms of upgrade, we've got 3 on the pace, passing, everything on the dribbling, defending, physical, and 4 more on the shooting, which, again, is absolutely spot on. I think in terms of what I'm looking at for the 95, I'd probably be looking at the S category for him as well. In terms of the difference between him and someone like Salah is very good, and he does have that 4-5. If I'm looking at the 92, I'd go with the A+ personally, if you wasn't necessarily to go with the upgrade. I was tempted to just put all of the non-upgrades at the bottom, as really if you are or have got the untradeable version of this, you more than likely will try and grind out the upgraded version at the minimum. But I thought, you know what, it might be fair enough to see where they could go whilst you're doing it, because like we said, with KDB, you've got 30 matches at a minimum to do with him. That is obviously, I believe, for him to score in each match, so it isn't necessarily a walk in the park with all of them. We then have Alphonso Davies, which again, he's managed to get another card. He has had a fair few this year. We've managed to get obviously a World Cup, a Team of the Year Honourable, a Team of the Season, now into the level up. So obviously the 93, always a good left back to get. 1.7 mil, which is just crazy. Obviously then, once we get him into his upgrade, he goes into a 5-star left back. May not be everything in terms of a left back, whether you need it or not. Another position with a 5-5 is always good. It adds to the agility. I think for me, especially, the Team of the Season was always in the S, so I do think Alphonso has to take both versions up there as well. Incredible pace. Obviously, the difference between him and obviously his Team of the Season, no pace can be added, obviously, but in terms of the defending, physical, and all of them attributes, they just go up even more, which is just absolutely perfect for him. Then, obviously, the next one is an Enzo. I did think this card was going to come at some point, because we saw a future star that definitely had potential. A 90 rated, now we've obviously got a 92 and also a 94, I want to say, if I can find him. 95, which is even better. He is a 3-star, 5-star on obviously his 92. Or no, he's a 3-star, 4-star on his 92. And he goes up to a 3-star, 5-star. Only if he got that 4-5. I think that would have been a really nice upgrade alongside a triple upgrade. As a final card for Enzo, it would have been probably the icing on the cake. I do think Enzo is a phenomenal player nonetheless. I think easy enough we're going to go with an A plus for the 92 and an S for that 95. We have got a lot of good midfielders, so I must admit there is a lot to go off here because purely Zambrotta, you've obviously got that Milinkovic-Savic, which is just crazy, and I think that is the hardest bit with these levels up. Following shapeshifters where every single shapeshifter goalkeeper was incredible outfield, do they overtake in this position? That is going to be the big one. Czech seems to be as good as ever after shapeshifter, so it's going to be very interesting to see where we go from here. Is it going to have to be a 99 Mbappe to be able to take him out, or will there be another card coming in level up? Obviously, another striker, if we go down that route, is going to be Timo Werner. Great upgrade for him again, from the 93 to the 96. Obviously, in terms of this card, he's coming in at 1.2 mil, which is crazy in itself. Some of the cards are holding very good value, mainly because you can have both versions. So if you get the 93, you obviously then can get the 96, and you've got the 93 to play with. So there is some reason to obviously do it, and you obviously, like I said, you can buy them on the market, do the untradeable, sell the 93. So there might be a little bit of a delay in obviously the price dropping, because it's going to take a while for everybody to get this upgrade done. I believe he's 25, I want to say 25 finesses in separate matches for Werner. Obviously from the upgrade though, we've gone from an 89-foot birthday, which was he was a 4-star, 5-star, getting a good upgrade from his 93 into then the 96, which is still a 4-5, and obviously it's a few upgrades here, there and everywhere. 3 on the shooting, 4 on the passing, as well as 3 on dribbling, defending and physical. Again with this, I'd probably stick to the same pattern. Oh, you know what? I don't know actually, because I think the 93 is definitely coming in nice. No, I'll stick with that pattern, just purely for the fact of what strikers we've got. It is all about the premiums with strikers. Czech at 150k is just stealing the show everywhere. I've seen him more times than I've seen Mbappe in the past week since he's been out, so I've got to be very, very careful with the strikers, because I do think now we're at a point where it's a very select few that are in that top category of strikers. I'd like to tell you about skycoach.gg. They offer many features within the FIFA franchise, from FIFA coins to FIFA Weekend League boosts, from trusted sellers, pro players, and are the best prices on the market currently. They have fast delivery, high quality services, lots of games, and also a cashback program. The more coins you buy, the more eligible you are for cashback options. So if you want to buy FIFA coins at the best price, click the link in the description of this video. It will be active promo code for 10% discount from my subscribers. All you have to use is the code JT11 at the checkout to receive this bonus. On to the video. We then have the lowest requirement for an objective, and that is going to be our man Fekir. We have managed to do a review on him just to get his premium out, because we went and bought him. He was, I think, 100, well, I bought him at 120k, sold him exactly the same. He's now coming in at 81,000, which I think for me, the tax on that is not necessarily going to be crazy. So what you get back, basically, you get the 81k, whack him in there. You've got one game that you have to do for 10 assisted through balls. I went and did it on squad battles, get the 10, you've got the 93, sell off the 92, job's a good one. You've managed to get a 93 off one game. I can't ask better than that. Not saying the card was fantastic. I must admit, if I'm looking at him from when I've played with him, he was good, but most definitely not a massive change in kind of a cam sort of scenario. Unfortunately, he can only be a cam as well, which it just is what it is. Obviously, I would have liked him to change position, mainly not necessarily to change him kind of where he does position, but obviously I'd like an in-game change if I possibly could. I would say both of them are very similar. He's managed to get a 5-star skills on obviously the 93, so he's gone from the 4-4 to the 5-4. But in terms of the upgrade, I feel like he's an A+ at a best for me, and hence why he's 81,000. To be honest, there's probably very little in B at this point, so we might even have to get rid of that before too long, because some of these cards are at a good level. They may not be necessarily A+ or S, but I don't think many drop below A. That being said, we're going to move on to the next striker, which is going to be our man Vlahovic. He's got himself a 93 striker and also a 95. The 95 is coming in with a 4-star, 5-star, and we've got a 4-4 on obviously the 93 as well. Good upgrade between the pair of them. He's gone from his 88 I want to say Phenoms is the last card he got. So a big upgrade for the card himself. He didn't obviously manage to get himself into the team of the season, but we've now got a very good striker. And I think he's, 6'3", absolutely massive. Again, another striker that I think could do a lot of damage going forward. The 5-star forward, well, the 4-star, 5-star, in fact, the 5-star weak foot is coming into play here, which is always nice. I do like to have skills and weak foot if possible, and obviously there is a lot of good 5-star, 5-stars out there now, but in terms of 117,000 coins to get the 95, I feel like that could be a good bargain to go get. There is a reason why it's 115k and not necessarily anymore, so always take that with a pinch of salt. I'm going to go A+ for this card, judging on other strikers. We then have Chanaloglu. I can never get his name right, just humour me a little bit. But we do have the 94 and the 96. Obviously the first objective you can get in level up. He is necessarily very easy to complete as well, so he's nothing really too tasking. Then you do get the 4-star, 5-star extra bonus on top, so obviously the 94 is a 4/4. I do think he's a nice card. We managed to get no versions of him, in fact. This is his first upgrade. I thought we had an objective with him, to be honest. But 94 from the 84, a 10 upgrade. Don't know why the maths took so long. But a 10 upgrade from him. Obviously then a nice little upgrade for the 96. Whether I'd say he's a solid centre mid. He's got a 90+ on everything. We're going to go S for that, and then the 94. Even though the stats, again, are looking pretty, with obviously an kind of a chem style that you can whack on him as well. He's not that one that you kind of really have to think about too much. And I want to say, I don't even know what the objective was. I'm pretty sure with him, the objective wasn't necessarily too long. I know we've managed to get the 94 now, which just a few champs games with a little bit of an alter to the team, mainly for them Serie A players, and life is good with him. We then have Cavani as another striker, 94 rated. Obviously, he's got himself a 96, which is always perfect. But the big thing with Cavani, like a few of them, same with Vlahovic that I forgot to mention, is the upgraded version is a premium level up. So like the shapeshifters, you had a shapeshifter and a premium. Same with these, the premiums get a full boost in chem. No need to do anything more. So I believe it is predominantly in the non kind of major league nations. Other than Corona, to be honest. He's not got one, I don't think. So it is mainly Pacho, Cavani, Vlahovic. And I want to say that's it, because it automatically did them. So you obviously, with Cavani, get the extra bonus on top that you don't need to link him with anybody. It's just nice little extra bonus for him, to be honest. 206k for obviously his lower version. Then he goes up into the higher version, getting a 5-star, 4-star. Puts himself in that category, to be honest. Cavani is one of them strikers that I think, if you kind of get the right play style with him, very much like a Diego Forlan, I feel like the body types are very similar. He can be an excellent finisher. Not saying he's going to be the next best finisher, but I do think he definitely puts himself in a nice category nonetheless. And I suppose we best talk about Renato Sanchez. He's been staring me in the face, and this card looks nutty. When I saw the 93, I was like, okay, 93 is okay, but it's only +1s compared to the 92. Obviously, the 92 was a 4/4. We then go the 93, which is still a 4/4, but the extra bonus of that 94, or the 93 to the 94, is going to be a 5-star, 4-star skiller. I reckon it would have been even better with a 4/5 instead, going on to the weak foot, as I do think his midfield play is already exceptional. So I don't need any more skills on him. The weak foot would have been perfect just to cap him off. But again, another great card. The 93 is coming in at 9.9 million coins, which again is absolutely crazy. Obviously, with Renato Sanchez, if we know that the team of the season moments is up there, then obviously the level up cards have got to be there as well. But both of them still incredible. I wouldn't go and pay for the 93 if I had the 92, but definitely the 94 is that little bit more of an upgrade. Pretty much for them sort of cards like KDB, it's almost like a double upgrade with an extra skill or weak foot. So it's kind of one of them ones, if you've got the 93, you're gonna go get the 94. We then have Foy. One of the cards that I didn't get, to be honest. Obviously the 91 right back, it's standard. There's nothing too crazy with him. Obviously a bit of dribbling, defending, pace. It's a standard right back. He's not necessarily in the top or probably even in the mid sort of range now. But he is a 3-star, 49,000 coins. We then go into the 93 version. Not only does he get a double upgrade, but from a 3-star, he goes from that to a 5-star, 4-star. So a big upgrade on him, which I think in terms of a right back is definitely going to be a nice increase. I'm gonna happily put him into that A+, just purely for the fact that that is a nice upgrade that they've gone for. Even if it is just a skill move and a weak foot, or a double skill and one weak foot, it adds value to a card, and obviously any other version of him is not going to have that. And then we've got the final two. We have Corona, which is a 92 into a 94. Obviously with the 92 and 94, both of them are going to be 5/5s. It doesn't matter which version you've got there. So I think in terms of the standard of him, I like him. He's got good pace. He's not necessarily going to be in the top category by any means. And I think his lower version is coming in at 66,000. So you can get that done pretty easily. And then finally on the list, we do have Pacho as the only centre-back in this game. Any centre-back in this level up, I'm pretty sure. He does go from a 2-star, 2-star to a 2-star, 5-star, which again is not necessarily bad for a centre-back. He obviously gets a little bit of an upgrade as well, which is always perfect. And that's going to be the list. So I think B can be gotten after this. Let me know down below if you agree. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you all for Team 2 of Level Up Ranking. Peace.